The lesson towards green energy is the need of the hour lesson for today and for our sustainable future. The lesson contains topics on types of energy, the use of energy sources, generation of electrical energy, the process of electricity generation, and the effect of electricity generation on the environment. Energy exists in many forms. It can be moved from one object to another and changed from one form to the other, but energy can never be created nor destroyed. There are different types of forms of energy like electrical energy, heat energy, potential and kinetic energy, atomic energy, chemical energy, gravitational energy, mechanical energy, etc. Generation of electrical energy. This is based on the principle of electromagnetic induction given by the scientist Michael Faraday. It says that whenever magnetic field around a conductor changes, a potential difference is generated across the conductor. So whenever the magnet is being changed and the field also changes, this creates a potential difference. And when a potential difference is generated, then electricity flows through the conductor. Electric power generating machine, which is based on this principle, is the electric generator, which are used in commercial power generation plants. And this shows you how electricity works by electromagnetic induction. Removing the magnet, so the magnetic field also keeps changing and electricity is generated at that time. The first step to generating electricity is when a turbine having blades is used to rotate the magnet in a generator. When liquid or gas flows on these blades, they rotate because of kinetic energy. Now this liquid or gas is of high temperature and under great pressure. This is a turbine which is a commercially used turbine used to produce electricity. Now this turbine is connected to a electric generator. So this is the flow chart showing generation of electrical energy. So we have the first step, which is the proper energy source to run the turbine. Then the turbine runs, which is attached to the generator, and the generator produces electrical energy. So we have a situation like this kind of a plant where you have a boiler in which the fuel is used to create the steam which runs the turbine. Electricity is generated. At the same time, this steam comes into a condenser which makes it into warm water, cools it, recycles it and sends it back to the boiler for further use. Thermal energy based electric power station. Now, this is the schematic of a thermal energy power plant. Here in this type of power station, water is heated in a boiler using the thermal energy released due to the burning of coal. Steam of high temperature and pressure is generated, which drives the turbine. Now, due to the turbine, the generator connected to it rotates and we have electrical energy being produced. At the same time, The steam which is used in the turbine goes into the condenser where it is converted back into water, and this water is recirculated to the boiler. Now, in a thermal energy based electric power station, coal is used as the fuel. So the flow chart showing generation of electric energy using thermal energy. We first have the fuel, which is coal, then a boiler for conversion of water to steam, the steam turbine running, which runs the generator, and the generator produces electrical energy. Now here, from the steam turbine, we have the system for converting steam back into water, and then it goes back into the boiler, which is recycled water to be used again. A thermal power station is a power station in which heat energy is converted into electric power, and the chemical energy in coal is converted into electrical energy. Let us see the steps of energy transformation in this thermal power plant. First, we have the chemical energy present in coal, which gets converted into thermal or heat energy. Then we have the kinetic energy in steam, moving steam, kinetic energy in a moving turbine, which is transferred to electrical energy. This kind of a power station, thermal power station which uses coal, has some disadvantages. Like the burning of coal results in the emission of gases like carbon dioxide, sulfur oxide, and nitrogen oxide, which are harmful to health. Soot particles, those black little small particles which come out, are released when we burn coal, are also released into the atmosphere, causing problem to health, especially the respiratory system. And another big disadvantage is that coal reserves are limited. Therefore, if we use too much of it to make electricity, in future it may not be available. Another type of power plant based on nuclear energy. This is the schematic of a nuclear power plant, and you can see clearly in this diagram that instead of a boiler, we now have a nuclear reactor. A steam turbine is used even in this power plant to rotate the generator. Energy released by the fission of nuclei of atoms like uranium or plutonium, which are radioactive, is used to generate steam of high pressure and temperature. So instead of coal, we are now using energy released by the fission or the separation of nuclei of atoms of radioactive elements. The energy in steam rotates the turbine, which in turn rotates the generator, and this produces electricity. And you can see in this schematic also, the steam which is used in the turbine is now going through the condenser, which turns steam into water. The hot water goes into the cooling tower where it is recycled, comes back as cool water, and is used again in the power plant for energy generation. Here the steps of formation of nuclear energy is the nuclear reactor for fission, system for steam generation from water, then which runs the steam turbine, which in turn runs the generator, and generation of electric energy. And here also we have the system of recycling of steam back into water, and the fuel used here is uranium or plutonium. Energy transformation which takes place in a nuclear power plant. We have nuclear energy converting to thermal energy, then into the kinetic energy in steam, kinetic energy in the turbine, and finally into electrical energy. Now, this is the diagram of nuclear fission. It is a chain reaction. In nuclear fission, a neutron bombards an atom of uranium-235. Uranium-235 absorbs this neutron and converts it into an isotope of uranium called uranium-236. Now, uranium-236 is unstable and converts into atoms of barium and krypton by fission, releasing 3 neutrons and 200 MeV energy. These 3 neutrons cause fission of 3 other U-235 atoms, releasing more energy. This process of fission or breaking up or separating of 235 uranium-235 atoms continues and is called a chain reaction. In nuclear power plants, a controlled chain reaction results in release of thermal energy used to generate electricity. The advantages and disadvantages of a nuclear power plant. The advantages being that no fossil fuels are used and hence no pollution due to combustion is there. If sufficient nuclear fuel is available, then it can be a good source of electrical energy. But there are disadvantages because the products formed after fission are also radioactive and emit or give out harmful radiations. Another huge problem is the safe disposal of nuclear waste. We just cannot take it and throw it in the dustbin. It has to be disposed of carefully. And another disadvantage is that an accident in a nuclear power plant can be fatal. We can have huge amount of deaths as harmful radiations may be released. MEV, a large unit called mega electron volt, which is equal to 1 million electron volts. And an isotope is an atom which contains a different number of neutrons in its nucleus than another atom of the same element. So like we had the examples of U-235 and uranium-236. We now go to power generation based on the energy of natural gas. You have the schematic here. The turbine is run by a gas at very high temperature and pressure by the combustion or the burning of natural gas. The first step, pressurized air is introduced into the combustion chamber using a compressor. So this compressor pushes the air all together, pressurizes it, and then this is introduced into the burning or the combustion chamber. The gas generated at high pressure and temperature runs the turbine. The turbine drives the generator to produce electricity. The arrangement in power plant based on energy of natural gas. We first have the compressor to pressurize air and send it to the combustion chamber, which runs the gas turbine, which in turn runs the generator to generate electric energy. And the fuel which goes into the gas combustion chamber is natural gas. The transformation of energy when we use natural gas is the chemical energy present in natural gas changes into kinetic energy generated due to combustion of natural gas, the kinetic energy in the turbine, and lastly we have electrical energy. Now, the good working or the efficiency of a power plant using natural gas is higher than that of a power generation plant based on coal. Natural gas does not contain sulfur, and so burning it results in less pollution. So these are the advantages of a power plant based on natural gas. Now, the use of energy is unavoidable. We have to use electricity in day-to-day life, but we need to use it carefully. or we can use it by using alternate sources of energy like the solar panel here for ordinary lights and fans. And here we have a little cartoon which shows Joe says that he is leaving the room now and he puts the switch off. And his sister Sue telling their mother, I'm going to read my book, you may turn the TV off. So you can see that they have good habits to conserve electrical energy. The next method of generating electricity is in a hydroelectric power plant. Here, the potential energy in water stored in a dam is converted into kinetic energy of water. The fast flowing water is brought from the dam to the turbine at the bottom of the dam. Kinetic energy of flowing water drives this turbine. The turbine in turn drives the generator to generate electricity. The steps of energy transformation in an hydroelectric power plant, beginning with potential energy in water, changing into kinetic energy in flowing water, then to kinetic energy in a turbine, and finally to electrical energy. The advantages of a hydroelectric power generation: no fuel is burnt and hence there is no pollution from combustion of fuels. If there is sufficient water in a dam, we can generate electricity whenever necessary. Although water reservoir is used for power generation, this water can be replenished when it rains during the rainy season. But the problems associated with this power plant is that due to the backwater, storage of water in dam may submerge villages or towns in that area. That means flooding can take place and therefore people have to move from there. This water can also submerge forests and fertile land. Moreover, due to building of the dam, there is obstruction of the flow of river water, which has a bad effect on the plants and animals in the river. Now, due to these adverse effects, it has always been a point of debate whether the hydroelectricity power plant is environment friendly or not. Okay, you can have your opinion about that. Another thing is lake tapping. Now, lake tapping involves digging a tunnel at the bottom of the lake and then blasting it with dynamite, which allows water to flow in with a great force, and this water is driven to the hydroelectric power plant to increase power generation. Now, the first lake tapping was at Koyna Dam on April 26, 2012. Now, lake tapping is done for many reasons: to make drinking water available, to make water available for irrigation, and to land oil and gas pipes from offshore fields. Electricity generation using wind energy. In your schematic, you can see the kinetic energy in wind is used for electricity generation. Here a wind turbine is used. As wind strikes the big blades of the turbine, it begins to rotate. Then the axle of the turbine is connected to the generator through a gearbox. And this gearbox serves to increase the number of rotations per unit time. Hence, the rotating blades drive the turbine and the turbine drives the generator to generate electricity. The stages in electric generator using wind energy are wind with required velocity, wind turbine with large fins, which generator, and then electrical energy. Energy transformation. First of all, kinetic energy in wind, changing to kinetic energy in turbine, and finally electrical energy. Now, generally, the velocity of wind is high on seashores and huge open spaces, and therefore these places are best for installing a wind turbine. Wind energy is a clean source of energy. A disadvantage of this type of generation of electricity is that wind is not available everywhere with great speed. Hence, the use of wind energy is limited. Now, wind turbines from less than 1 kilowatt to 7 megawatts or 7,000 kilowatts are available. Now, depending upon the speed of wind available at that particular site, a wind turbine is selected. Generation using solar energy. Using sunlight, we can get energy in two ways. Directly from solar radiation using photovoltaic cells, or using the turbine generator system to generate electricity from the radiation got from the sun. This is a photovoltaic cell which converts solar radiation directly into electrical energy. These solar cells are made of a special type of material called a semiconductor, an example of which is silicon. Solar photovoltaic cell converts the solar radiation directly into electric energy. This is called solar voltaic effect. Here we have the energy in sunlight due to the effect of the photovoltaic cell directly converted into DC power or direct current. Now, since this electric energy is DC in nature, only things that use DC power like light emitting diodes or LED lights can be directly used. But since most of the things that we use in the household and industry use AC power or alternating current, this DC power from a solar cell first should be converted into AC power, and an inverter is used for this. Now, a silicon solar cell of 1 centimeter square generates current of about 30 milliamperes and a potential difference of about 0.5 volts. But a solar cell of 100 centimeters square will generate about 3 amperes, okay, that is about 3000 milliamperes, and the potential difference will remain the same, that is 0.5 volts, because potential difference available from a solar cell is independent of its area. Now, these are the steps: the solar cell going to a battery, changing from DC to AC current through an inverter, and then going to electric equipment working on AC power. Many photovoltaic cells form a solar panel, and many of these solar panels can be connected to get the amount of energy needed. A transformer transforms the voltage and current levels, and then it is fed into the electricity distribution network. Now, since energy from the solar cell is available only in the presence of sunlight, this energy has to be stored in batteries to be used at a later time. But the good thing is that energy is generated without the combustion or burning of fuels. Solar cells can generate energy only in the daytime. Solar thermal power plant. In this power plant, many reflectors reflect and concentrate the solar radiation from the sun onto the absorbers. This energy is converted into heat or thermal energy. Using this heat energy, steam is generated, which drives the turbine, and you know that the turbine drives the generator. The stages in a solar thermal power plant: concentrators for collecting sunlight, absorbers for absorbing the concentrated sunlight, the running of the steam turbine which runs the electric generator, and finally electric energy is generated.